Hi everybody, today we are going to look at UK universities interviews or credibility interviews. I've been asked some candidates to give some ideas and tips about credibility interviews. So I hope this video would definitely help you to improve your performance in your interviews. I'm going to give some questions, frequently asked questions here, and some possible answers. I'm pretty sure that would definitely help you to prepare your interviews and perform your interviews in the right way. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this would help you to improve your performance in your interviews, and this would definitely help you to prepare some ideas before you're going to attend your real interview. First question would be introduce yourself. Unlike other interviews, introduce yourself in the credibility interviews or universities interviews. It's always advisable to talk about your name, your full name, as it is in the passport, and your date of birth, and then your educational background. Okay, so for example, if you are going to attend your masters in UK, you could say that my full name is so and I was born on 26th November 1995. Okay, then you can talk about your I've completed my 12th or higher secondary education with so and so person. And after that, I did my bachelor's in commerce, or I did my bachelor's in business and passed in 2000 with 85%. Right, so these are the 4 areas you have to remember in your in your introduce yourself: your name, full name, and your date of birth, and your higher secondary education's year and the mark, percentage of your mark that you have scored, and including your bachelor's and year of completion, and including the score and the mark or the grade that you have scored. Alright, so you remember that. Okay, and sometimes it may be individually asking your name, your date of birth, and sometimes your name of your university is also important when you're talking about your graduation or masters. You should always talk about your university and the college and the mark and the year. Alright, for example, I completed my bachelor's in 2017 from University of so-and-so with 72%. Okay, so that's very important. Your year of your passing, completion of the year, and your percentage of your mark, and of course your university's name or college name. Okay, so remember that is really happening in your introduce yourself. Alright, so 4 things are mandatory. Remember your name and your date of birth and your educational background with percentage of your mark or score or grade, and the university name if you have done your bachelor's. Okay, that's fine. Well, let's move on to the second question. Second question is really a frequently asked question. You can expect this question. The question is really the most important question: why UK? Okay, so why do you want to study UK? Do you select UK for your further studies or higher studies? Or why do you want to study UK? So there are many reasons when you're talking about your why did you select UK. We have to talk about a lot of points, in fact, but it is always advisable to talk about this course which you have selected for your master's or graduation. You should always talk about that particular course. This is the reason. Okay, so you could talk about UK provides best quality education system. UK provides one of the best quality education system in the world. Primarily, you have to talk about the UK education system. That would be advisable, and talk about the universities and their banking and their teaching methodologies, and all these points you can talk about when you're asked about why UK, and talk about the universities and their standard and the practical oriented and subject oriented teaching. Okay, that would also be helpful to talk about this area. And second point, you have to talk about this course. For example, if you want to pursue a master's in UK, you could say that I've completed my bachelor's. So you can start with basically I've completed my bachelor's in business administration, and I like to do my master's in UK Especially I'm pretty sure the masters from UK would definitely help me to improve my career. So your career development is very important when you're talking about your selection of the UK. And then you can talk about I'll be back my home country, and my UK universities and their qualifications and certificates are highly valuable in my home country. So I'm pretty sure that I can work and I'll get actually better job opportunities in my home country, and with better payments. Okay, when it comes to the salary, you can talk about that area, right? So you can talk about that UK universities and graduations of masters from UK would definitely help me to get a better position in my home country. It's highly demanding here, as it is subject oriented and practical oriented teaching. Okay, and you could also talk about I like British culture, I like British culture, and I like the language. And of course you could talk about the other multicultural society in UK. That would also be, you can also think of adding the multicultural society. See, it's advisable. Why do you want the UK universities? UK universities certificates are highly valid in my home country, and it's highly accepted in my country, and so it gives job opportunities in my country. You could also talk about that UK education system would definitely help me to improve my career growth. So that's the point you have to highlight. Remember, when you talk about the interviews, you have to talk about the UK education system. Okay, accepted all over the world. The certificates are highly accepted in my home country and the different part of the world. And remember, you could talk about that I will learn a lot of things, new ideas and strategies in my field, as it is always UK universities provide better standard subject oriented and a practical oriented system. Okay, so that should be highlighted. Finally, you could also talk about, right, I could see a multicultural society in UK, especially in London. We can see a multicultural society, people from different part of the world. And you could also talk about the climate and culture of UK. I'd like to experience and explore the climate and culture of UK, right? So these are the points you can talk about. Why do you want to study UK? You could also expect the same question, why do you want to study in UK? Why not in your home country? Yeah, there are many facilities for masters and engineers. There are many facilities, masters and bachelors in your home country. And why do you want to study in UK? So the question, why not your country? Why? Again, you can highlight that UK universities subject oriented or practical oriented teaching. You should always highlight that. Okay, and you could also say that one in my home country, basically you can talk about universities are mainly focusing on theoretical ideas. Okay, theoretical ideas and more theories, but in UK universities are highly subject oriented and practical. I'm pretty sure that I would definitely get a lot of career development and ideas and strategies, innovative ideas and strategies from UK, and this is the reason why I want to study UK. Moreover, UK university certificates are highly accepted in my home country. I'm pretty sure that that would definitely help me to work as a senior positions or senior manager in my home country. So this is the way you have to talk about, right? Okay, why not your country? Talk about the teaching methods and talk about the universities certifications and university certificates and its access, university certificates and its acceptability all over the world. And yeah, you could also talk about the career development as well, right? So these are the points you have to talk here. Okay, right. You could also expect another questions, right? Okay, talk about your university. What do you know about your university? So it is always advisable you want to Google it and research on the university which you have already applied, and including the history. You can see the university website. So go through the website and just get an idea. Study some good points about the universities when it is established and its ranking, UK ranking and world ranking. And it is also advisable where the university is located. The address is very important. Okay, definitely you'll be asked the question, where is this university located? So you want to talk about this particular university is located in so and so street, or this particular university is located in so and so place, and its address. Okay, and definitely you will get it exactly the locations in their website. Okay, and also you can talk about the transportation facilities of the university. You can also expect the transportation facilities, right? What is actually the nearby airport and railway station or bus stations or tube stations you can expect, right? So try to get an idea about all these transportation facilities. Okay, and you can expect to where do you stay, accommodation. Okay, where do you stay? So you can expect this, where do you stay, your accommodations. So you can either talk about, right, I stay in a university accommodation, and you can talk about, right, okay, private accommodation. If you talk about the private accommodation, you should talk about the address of that private accommodation, where it is located. And it is also important, how do you come to university, right? If it is nearby, like you could say that like 5 to 10 minutes walkable distance, or if you want to travel, you should explain the mode of transportations that you often opt for your coming and go. Another point I'd like to mention here, you could also expect this question, why do you want to take this course, right? Why did you select this course particularly, and why this course? And why this course is very important. You should explain your passion, you should explain about your studies and formal studies. For example, if you have completed your bachelor's in business administration or engineering, you should highlight that one. Basically, I've completed my bachelor's in business administration, and I'm pretty sure that master's from UK would definitely help me to improve my career growth. And also you could talk about that we like to start, or I like to join with my parents' business, or we like to expand our business into international level. So these are the reasons why did you select this course. Another question you can expect, how did you know about this course, or how did you know about this university? So you could talk about, right, okay, when I was googling for the best universities in UK, and I came to know that University of so-and-so really provides all these course. I came to know that University of so-and-so this particular university provides this course. Okay, and then I checked the website, I got all the details and ideas and informations about the modules, so I applied it. Okay, so this is the way you can talk about. Then you can expect the question, why this university in particular. Okay, so the university, so you could talk about the university. So that's the reason you should always highlight the university, and the facilities of universities are very important, about the library facilities, the location of the university, and the modules of the university. Okay, your subject modules are important. You can highlight the modules are highly subject oriented and highly practical. Okay, and the second one, the location of the university. Okay, maybe you can talk about the inner London or outer London, wherever it may be. You can talk about the facilities, accessibility, transportation facilities. All these points you can highlight why this particular university. And you could also talk about the universities, its ranking, and the you could also talk about the university's ranking and university's facilities in terms of the different department, including the particular your department. Okay, your particular area that should be highlighted. And you could also talk about the library facilities, okay, and international students assistance there. And so you could talk about all these points. Okay, so that is actually you want to talk about why this university. So research on it and study on it, research and try to understand the detailed ideas and try to understand the more in-depth ideas. So research on it and try to understand more ideas from the particular website. Okay, so that is actually why this university. And another question you can expect, have you applied any other universities in UK? Right, so if you applied, and you should say that yes, I've applied the university of name of that university, and why didn't you select that university? Why didn't you select that universities? So where you have to highlight again the point of these universities and this course and these modules are important here. Okay, so that should be highlighted. So I'm sure that will help you. So work on it. Okay, fine. And finally, you can expect an important questions about the modules of your course. Name of your course. What is the name of your course? You should know the exact name of that course. Okay, and what is actually, how many modules are there? So you should learn the modules one by one. Remember, you can also expect one module. Sometimes they will ask you to explain. So get an overall idea about modules. Okay, so you want to explain some modules. They will ask you to explain some modules. So you want to know that, you want to prepare some modules to explain. And you can explain it in your own way, but you should get a summary of the module and overall idea, make in your own way and try to explain it. Okay, so how many modules are there, and explain one module, so you should explain that particular module. So prepare that particular areas. Okay. You could also expect this question, have you considered any other countries, or have you applied any other countries? Yeah, and if it is advisable, you can talk about like Australia or Canada. Then again, you can talk about why not these countries. You can talk about the London, you can talk about this particular university, and you can compare the modules are highly subject oriented and practical, and I feel quite comfortable to be in UK. So this is the reason why I selected UK. So right, compare universities modules, and the duration of the course could also be an advisable. For example, if you take your if you go for your masters, you could say that duration of your course in UK, it's comfortable like 1 year. And you could also talk about compare the modules are pretty subject related and practical. So I feel quite comfortable and convenient to study in UK. Alright, so these are the points you have to highlight. Okay, thank you very much. The next question actually, who is your sponsor? My father or my parents? Okay, so you can expect what they do. What is my father is my sponsor. What is he? Yeah, what is he? That means what does he do? So you can talk about he is a businessman, he is a government employee, so you should talk about. The next question, what is his annual income? Okay, so that's very important questions, and it is also advisable to understand the amount of your fee, your course fee. Okay, so they would ask about the course fee. For example, like £14,000, that's my course fee. Okay, and they ask about your father and his business or his work, and you could also expect what they do, and you could also expect that one, what is their annual income. So if it is like 14,000, your course fee is very important. You want to learn that what is your course fee. So you should know that what is your course fee, and you could also expect what is your father's income, okay, or your sponsor's income. So it is advisable. I've seen that some candidates sometimes they don't know exactly, but they say something like a rough figure, like 14,000 or 20,000 or something like that. Right, so it is advisable. You could say depends on your parents' income, like 45,000 or 50,000 or something like that. Okay, so make sure that you are giving the right options and right answer. Well, next important question, what is your future plan? Okay, what is your future plan? Future plan is very important to talk about, right? Okay, what is your future plan? You should talk about your future plans. After completing my masters or bachelors, I'll be back my home country, and I like to join with my parents' business, or you could talk about your planning. But I like to join as a designer or assistant manager in one of the leading business firm in my home country, and I'm pretty sure that this particular masters or bachelors would definitely help me to get that particular position. Okay, so your future plan, you should talk about, you'll be back in your home country, and then you'll be joining your business, or your plan to start your clinic, or your plan to start your joining your your plan to joining your parents or family business. Okay, so these are the points you have to highlight in your future plan. Okay, so remember that. That's very important. Currency of UK, GBP. And you could also expect the climate and the culture. Right, so just go through all these areas. Sometimes you can expect these questions as well. Then questions: where is the capital of United Kingdom? How many countries are there in the United Kingdom? And talk about the attractive places of what are the main attractions of UK. Yeah, you could talk about London Tower. You could talk about London Bridge. You could talk about London Eye. You could talk about Buckingham Palace. So there are many other attractive places as well. Please go through these areas as well. Alright, so I'm going to give you these 18 questions here. I hope this will help you to prepare and practice more confidently and try to attend that with confidence. Okay, and I hope this will help you to improve your performance in your interview. That's all for today, and thank you very much for your time.